Hello there, World of Tankers. Welcome to the channel. Hopefully all of you are doing well out there. I'm, of course, your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about Stage 2 on the Blitz Fair auction, which is bringing a whole new plethora of vehicles, 9 to be exact. So there are actually a lot of tanks to look forward to in the next stage, and as well vehicles to not look forward to. A perfect example of vehicles to not want to get is the FE27 Badger, the AMX 30B, and the T25 Pilot 1. All three of those vehicles, well, the Badger and the AMX 30B, in my opinion, are actually fun if played correctly as well. Not great tanks. And the T25 Pilot 1, of course, is a vehicle that I would never suggest to buy, even to some of my greatest enemies. It's not a bad tank, but it's definitely not going to be worth the price that Wargaming is going to make it in the auction, unless it's literally $1. Now, the vehicles that are going to be good are vehicles like the Helsing, the Dracula, the Lorraine 40T, Kampfpanzer. We've also got the Progetto 46 and the Carnarvon Action 10. Those vehicles are going to be very, very nice if you did want to get your hands on them. And in today's video, I'm going to be telling you the two best vehicles that will be coming out in Stage 2, which first of all, we're going to be starting off with the Carnarvon Action 10. This vehicle is just a powerhouse of a tank. It's got a ridiculous gun with 2,700 damage per minute on it. It's got great penetration. The dispersion is through the roof. It's got great aiming time. This is one of the most overpowered Tier 8s in Blitz. In fact, I would say that this is the most overpowered Tier 8 heavy tank, apart from maybe the 252, depending on how weird the enemy team is. So, what do we have against this? Well, we got an AMX 5100, Luva, and that's really all they have for Tier 8 heavies. Actually, I'm more worried about the Chimera than I am their heavies, which is quite funny. So, the great thing about the Carnarvon Action 10 is not only does it have good mobility, it goes 35 kilometers per hour, which isn't the fastest, but with a good power-to-weight ratio on it, it's easily able to climb up to its speed. You can see that it's decently mobile on the traverse speed, the turret's quick, and as well, with that spaced armor on the turret, it's pretty much a magnet to bouncing shells. It's really, really weird how stupid strong the armor is. Now, that cupola on the roof is a big weak spot, and in fact, a skilled player like me can easily shoot that cupola. I would say 30-40% of the time. It's really not too bad. And of course, Tier 8, usually you're going up against vehicles that don't have the largest of caliber guns, so they got a quicker reload to snap it. Now, that was a perfect shot to show you how accurate and stupid this gun is. Literally, I snapped that SPIC so bad, so that wasn't English, so good, should I say, and not only that, but we tracked him in the same time. So yeah, the gun on this tank is ridiculous, and if you can play it correctly and get the correct shells out, you really just don't miss. So let's see, we got the AMX 5100 there, we got the SPIC pushing off to the side, who I would love to get shells into, but doesn't look like we're going to be doing that anytime soon. Now, we also got that Chimera off to my rear, which is a vehicle that I don't want to get hit by, of course. We got the AMX 5100 up in the back, which you can see we got a very nice shell right into. Let's get another shell, and while he did shoot us, you can definitely see that, again, the gun on this vehicle is just stupid accurate on how it does work. We don't really miss shells with this tank. There you go, another nice tap into the IS-2 Berlin. Like, really, you can see the gun on this tank is really, really weird. Now, let's keep aiming in on the T95E2. There's another shot into him. Are we going to be able to even get a third one out? Oh, yep, we are, because he's showing me his entire hull. So there's 3 shells into him, and there goes the Tier 8 medium. Now, we got the FCM coming up to the rear of us, and I'm not sure exactly what they're going to do, but I don't like it. So let's make my way over to the back of the team to see if I can help them out. So let's start shooting at them, maybe. Hello, Chimera, do you like shells in tank? Because you are going to get plenty of them supporting me here. All right, so he got 1 shell into us, but of course, I've got way more DPM than he does. We're going to track him and just keep on going here. So there's 2 shells, and even if he rams me, he's just dead. So let's have him ram me. We did get an unfortunate ricochet, but to be fair, with the gun, as you can see on this vehicle, I don't want to get hit by that Luva again. That's the real guy I don't want to get hit by, but sadly, my AT is actually getting me shot because he's just in my way. So let's back up here correctly. There we go. Now we cannot be hit. And again, you can see that we have literally just steamrolled through the enemy team, no problem whatsoever. So now we can start aiming at you. Let's load in those premium shells. There you go, 1 nice tap right into the side armor of his vehicle. Are we going to be able to get another out? I doubt that that'll hit. No, it did not, because he can only see my turret as well. So now let's just make our way up the hill, because, yeah, pretty much it's all you need to do. He can't really do much to us. He might be able to tap me in the engine deck, but, well, I'm just going to make it so he can't. So let's just keep driving up the hill. Ooh, man, that was a nice shot from the AT-7, actually. Very surprised that hit. We got the Chimera pushing right up, and this Luva didn't even notice. Good job to the Luva. So now we push up here, and we start getting out these shots. And, well, I can tell he's not going to like it very, very much. So we got the AMX 5100, who I'm going to shoot, and then we can keep shooting him. Oh, no, we might actually die. I have a feeling I'm going to die. I'm going to use Chimera as armor. Good. Thank you, Chimera. And the first game, as you can see, we just literally pushed on every single tank on the enemy team. Every single opportunity I had, I just drove into the enemy tank, and we did 2,820 damage, made a plethora of credits, and was easily able to come out in a victory. And you can see the gun is really ridiculous on this tank. Even though we got a couple weird bounces, the nice thing is when you bounce with a gun that's got so much DPM and such a little reload, it doesn't really matter too much because you just fire the next shell. So the Action 10 is a fantastic tier 8 heavy tank, and I would definitely suggest that if it comes for about 10,000 to start off with, makes it way down to 8,000 or so, definitely get your hands on it. Now, the next vehicle that is up there on the list is the Progetto 46. This is a vehicle that is really, really overpowered as well. The Action 10's OP, and so is this tank. I didn't think it was ridiculously OP when it first came out. However, after playing it, it really is OP. Now, there are a couple issues with this tank, and why the Action 10 is ahead of it is because of the armor. The Action 10, you can make mistakes. You can drive out in the open and bounce a lot of shells. You've got hit points to make up for the mistakes you make. This vehicle, you don't. If you make a mistake, which I've even done a lot, in fact, the game I played before this video, I drove into a T29 and then a Mil 1, and it didn't go too well as I got clipped out and HE'd in the booty. So it can be very, very easy to take out an unknowledgeable player, or even a knowledgeable player that just pushes it in a wrong, unlucky spot. So we're going to hopefully not do that in this battle and show you what makes this tank so strong with the crazy clip it does carry. Now this, of course, is an auto-reloading medium, and it's got a really nice auto-reloading gun. It carries 3 shells dealing 240 damage each, 720 in a clip. And it's got really nice alpha for a 90mm. Of course, you don't really find 240 average damage in your average 90mm. It's usually 225. So it gives you a real nice boost compared to your average medium tank, which makes you be able to actually trade with other tier 8s like the RU-251 and the enemy team. He's only dealing got 225. Now, I would love if my gun would hit its shell, but, you know, that's a different story, I guess. So we got that RU over here still trying to peek. Let's go for 1 shell. There you go, finally getting it in. Although, funny thing is, he actually beat us on the trade. But looking at the enemy team, it doesn't look like they actually have a lot of people here. There's 1 shell into the RHM's turret. Let's go for 1 more. There you go, there's 2. So we've already taken over 400-ish hit points off of that RHM, just with easy little snaps into him. And again, you can see just how crazy this gun can be. Now, not only is the gun crazy on the alpha, but as well, it's got ridiculous penetration values going for it. It's very accurate. You can see easily gets those snaps out. And now I'm going to start making my way over to the RU-251, because I think that's going to be a very, very easy. Nice shot from the ISU, which means now I have the capability to easily just rush this guy and take him out, which is exactly what we're going to try and do here. So, hello, comrade. Do you like easy shells into you? We're going to go for, we'll just do the standard. And let's get 1 final shell finishing him off. Of course, there's that wonderful clip coming into place. Now, I did notice that my entire team's dead. I don't know how that's possible, that my whole team died that quickly. But they are all dead, so this will not be a victory, sadly. You know, I did the best I could, but this will not be a victory because my team's literally already dead. Like, this is one of the saddest things I've actually ever seen. However, we're going to try our best and see if we can come out with some pretty sweet shots. So the RHM's right out in the open. Let's get 1 nice snap into his vehicle. Gotta love those really nice snaps there. That actually was a really nice snap, and now we can just make our way along. I actually really want to get a shell into that RHM, so let's see if we can do that really quickly here. Hello, comrade. There's 1 nice shell out. Let's go for the Pantera as well, but yeah, bit of a problem already. Let's go for another shot into the Pantera, and oh gee, this is not what I want. Pantera's going to get 1 more into me, but I'm going to finish you off. We did a good job. We did the best job we could, at least. As you saw, 2,459 damage, plus the ram there, so probably about 2,600 damage. Not too bad. Judging that, well, when you take a look at my team, this is an extremely embarrassing team that an Object 252 managed to die within the first minute of the game. So the Progetto is really, really good, and honestly, none of my tier 8s would have carried that game. So as you saw, the clip works, and it works great. You're able to rip apart tier 8 mediums like no problem whatsoever. As you saw, I killed that Pantera, even though I was half health. I killed the RHM easily, and as well, I killed that RU-251. Pretty much, I single-handedly took out more vehicles than anybody on the team. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Now, as always, if you did, and you want to see more like it, more videos on why I don't think think vehicles like the Badger and the 30B are worth it this year, please let me know in the comments down below. But other than that, hopefully all of you are doing well out there. Stay happy, stay healthy, and to be seeing you in the next one.